all he's got to do is beat Justin Herbert and Brandon Staley and the Chargers, and he goes to the playoffs in the year from hell. That'd be a hell of a story.
I also think his career has, even though their numbers look a little bit different, and I think we all view Stafford as a better player than Derek, has some similarities. And, when Stafford left the Rams, all we've been talking this year is he's never played in an important game, even though he played in the playoffs several times, right? It's not, but it never felt that big of a deal. It never felt that Derek gets a chance to play Sunday Night Football the last week of the season to win and get in at home. Alan Chris at home, win and get in. In his career, he's made a shitload of money. Derek, he's even said, I have more money than I even know what to do with. He is filthy rich. His brother was the number 1 overall pick back when they paid a lot. He dwarfed his brother in earnings and has more money coming. But I think to have a defining win on your career, at 30 years old, because he doesn't have one. He just doesn't. Now, part of it, ankle shattered. I mean, part of the reason he didn't play in the playoffs, right? Because he was getting taken off by a cart in the front of the seat. But that's the fact. He didn't get
Put him in the back.
It did not happen. And this is an opportunity. I think the amount of credit he would get, and he is getting right now, but would quadruple if he can win this game against a team that is better than his. They're a favorite for a reason. The Chargers are better. They played earlier this season. The Chargers, I can't remember if that was Thursday or Monday night. It was definitely on a primetime game. They thoroughly outplayed them. They outplayed them. It really wasn't close. They kind of made it. It felt like a game in the second half, but it wasn't. They had a good couple drives. Derek wins this game. It's easily he just had one of the defining wins of his career, I thought, at Indy. The play he made to Renfro. Wow. This would be tenfold that, and that was big.
You know what? The other thing, I hate to use this word. As long as we've been doing the show, I hate to use this word. Deserves. There's no deserves. Like, you win the game, you deserve it. If you lose the game, you don't deserve it. But I will make an exception here. I think Derek's career deserves. I think he deserves this game. Given the way he's played, especially the last 3 weeks. I said on the last pod, but it hasn't been about putting up 350 yards. It's been about making clutch plays, which has been one of the questions with him over the years. He's been clutch for several weeks in a row now for them in adverse situations. And, most of life, just like most of sports, you don't have your A-plus stuff. And so you have to find a way to perform when you don't. And that's what he's done the last 3 weeks. Without his A-plus stuff, he's thrown 2 picks on the road, in the cold. They shouldn't have been in Cleveland, all that kind of stuff. And he's done it. And again, I'm not going to use the word deserves, but I'm going to use the word deserves. I think he deserves the opportunity. He is playing for a franchise that, for the most part, does not do everything it can to give its players the chance to play on the biggest stages. He's played for Dennis Allen and R.I.P. Tony Sperano and Jack Del Rio, who's solid, but he's not going to be a head coach in the NFL again. He's played for John Gruden, and that blew up. And he's playing for Rich Bisaccia in one of the most ridiculous seasons a team has been through
in the history of the league.
Yeah. As the team moved, the last year they played, their owner didn't come to a game last year. I mean, it's just everything that he's been through.
Home game. I think he traveled.
Oh, okay.
And did we ever get evidence like he never ventured in there?
Don't take photos. No shots of Mark in the booth. But I think that Derek has performed for his career above the level of accomplishment that his team has gotten out of it. Whether or not he's a top tier one, like we have all these debates about Derek. To me, what's not debatable, far worse quarterbacks have made the playoffs than Derek Carr.
Oh,
far worse.
Yeah.
Right? Like, without question. He is a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback. At minimum, he is a good quarterback. And I would love to see him in the playoffs, to get the opportunity at this point in his career to start to push things down a different path. Who knows what comes next? Maybe it's Harbaugh. But, so if it's Harbaugh, they're in the playoffs next year.
Who's got it better than us? The Chiefs.
Like 27 other teams, but we got
Chiefs.
you,
Jim. The Patriots.
Hey, maybe the Raiders are 14-3 next year, John.
No, I wouldn't. I'd never put it past the big guy, old Jimmy.
So I'd love to see it. And here's the beauty of this game. These teams play close games. The Raiders and the Chargers both play close games. I could see, I don't know what Rams not, there is no way that Raiders Chargers is not a single score game headed in the fourth quarter. That is a guarantee, John. You can stamp it. Raiders Chargers is a one score game going to the fourth quarter. It's just don't you agree?
If the Raiders are going to win, it's going to be tight. I could see the Chargers being up by a couple touchdowns.
All right.
If the Raiders win, it's a tight game. Chargers win, I could see them winning handily.
You think Brandon Staley's just going to waltz right into the playoffs?
No, I mean I'm going to pick Raiders, Niners. I like them both to win.